Definition of human respiratory system. The system that carries oxygen through the airways, then to the alveoli, which then diffuses into the blood for transport. When humans breathe, it means that there is a process of entering oxygen into the body and releasing carbon dioxide out of the body. The exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs in human blood. Humans who have normal breathing are characterized by breathing 12 to 20 times in 1 minute. Humans can do two ways of breathing, namely chest breathing and abdominal breathing. Humans breathe using respiration organs consisting of the nose, pharynx, trachea, bronchioles, and lungs. The function of human respiration are: first, taking oxygen, which is carried by the blood, throughout the body to carry out metabolism. Twitch, remove carbon dioxide that occurs as a residue from metabolism carried by the blood to the lungs to be excreted. 3. Humidify the air. 4. Creating sound. 5. Smell. Structures that make up the respiratory system. Main structures and complementary structures. Anatomy of the respiratory system. A. Upper respiratory tract. Nasal cavity. Pharynx. Larynx. B. Lower respiratory tract. Trachea. Bronchus. Bronchioles.
Functional respiratory tract. 1. Conduction zone. The conduction zone acts as a passageway through which respiratory air passes and cleans, humidifies, and equalizes the temperature of the respiratory air with body temperature. 2. Respiratory zone consists of respiratory bronchioles and alveoli. Gas exchange between air and blood takes place in the alveoli. Human respiratory system, organ and parts. Nasal cavity. The nasal cavity starts from the vestibule, which is anterior to the posterior, bordering the nasopharynx. The nasal cavity consists of 1. Vestibulum, 2. hair, 3. concha structure, 4. ciliary cells. Pharynx, the back of the nasal cavity and oral cavity, consists of the nasopharynx, the part of borders the nasal cavity, the oropharynx, the part of borders the oral cavity, and the laryngopharynx, the part that borders that larynx, the part where the separation between food and air.
Pharynx. Pharynx is also commonly referred to as the upper throat of a human. This pharynx is like a tube and lies behind the nasal passage. These pharynx functions are conduits, so the air that enters the body is channeled through the pharynx to the trachea. Larynx, called voice box, it is the organ in the neck that protects the trachea and engages in voice production. Larynx is made up of three large, not paired cartilage, trichoid, triploid epiglottis, three little cartilage in pair, arytenoids, corniculate, cuneiform, and a number of intrismuscles. Trachea in incomplete cartilage ring-shaped U, legs 10 to 20 cm, formed by 20 layers of lateral cartilage C and when the two-pronged bronchioles. Functionally, the bronchioles are divided into two parts: non-respiratory bronchioles, where there is no gas exchange.
Lungs. The right lung consists of 3 lobes and 10 segments. The left lung consists of 2 lobes and 8 segments. Alveoli. Alveoli are formed and bounded by the walls of the alveolus, which are formed two types of scales, namely type 1 alveolar scales or type 2 pneumocystis. Diaphragm. A septum in the form of musculotendinous tissue that separates the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity, the base of the thoracic cavity. Pleura. Pleura is formed by tissue of mesodermal origin. It is divided into two, namely: number 1, visceral pleura lining the lungs; number 2, parietal pleura lining the walls of the hemithorax. Vascularization. The vascular system consists of two parts. Number 1, pulmonary artery that comes out of the right ventricle, function in the respiratory system. Number 2, bronchial artery, play a role in providing the nutrient needed by the lungs.